What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought I would basically do a whole high tea time video because y'all been enjoying the high tea times. And I know most of my videos are me just running around all day because that is my life. My life is not calm and collected, and so for Q&A, sometimes I just like to sit back, drink some coffee, and hang out with y'all. This is probably gonna be more of a juicy Q&A. Not really juicy, there's just a whole lot of personal questions. Business, relationships, and fitness is kind of like the gist of the questions. So we're just gonna jump right into this. P.S. I am sick, that's why I sound a little bit raspy, but you know what? I kicked my face up, I curled my hair. Y'all are just gonna have to deal with this voice. So first question is, thoughts on living together before marriage? Wow, we are jumping right into this, aren't we? I think it's a personal choice if you want to live with someone before marriage. My older siblings didn't move in with their significant other until they were married. And then there's me and Mary. We're own different path. From personal experience, I find that you get to know someone a lot better when you move in with them because, I mean, guys will be like, oh, I'm Mr. Perfect, and I'm this, and I'm that, and then you move in with them and you're like, wow, this is a real you. Good to know. I would say the con is that obviously if it doesn't work out, then it's very messy to kind of separate, and you live in different places. It's like, hey, this isn't working out, I'm so sorry, and you kind of go your separate ways. When you live together, you're like, hey, this isn't working out, good night. It's very awkward. So I would say that there's definitely pros and cons. I see both sides. Been dating for almost 2 years, and then we are now moving in together, so it's not like we jumped right into it. So I don't know, I'm excited. Okay, more juicy questions. How will Buff Bunny collection change as you move to Houston? This is not something I can actually talk about right now. I will say that there will be a lot of changes. So I do plan on doing a full sit down talk on my YouTube channel, kind of breaking it down, like really how the business is run and structured and the changes we'll be making. When are you going to Alaska next?
I'm missing it. How are you?
I feel super bad. This is the first summer that I haven't gone back to see my family, but I will be there at Christmas. I've never had a Christmas out of Alaska. Honestly, like I'm probably gonna cry my first time like not being in Alaska with my family for Christmas. Wow. One kid, one day. Oh, I get so much smack and hate and talked down to for saying that I would like to wait until I was in my mid-30s. My mom had kids till she was 40. All my sisters have had kids in their 30s. I do know that like once you hit 35, it starts to go into like a high-risk pregnancy. I think it's a very personal question. That's why I was like, this is kind of like a juicy one because some people are like, you are so selfish for waiting until you're 35. I don't think it's selfish to wait until you're 35, but if I was 35 and I was like trying to have a baby and the doctor was like, this doesn't look good, like I don't think you should, I would love to adopt. Like that is also an option. I would like to have like a mini me one day. I think it'd be really cool, but I'd also like to adopt. I mean, I don't know. You might see me in like 10 years and I have like 6 kids. I'm kidding. Next question, drinking alcohol. It is no secret that I dabble in the liquor. Yes, I do drink on occasion, here and there. I dabble. I am the type of person like I don't have to drink alcohol to have fun. There's been a lot of times, especially for competitions, where I would go out with my friends and like maybe they were drinking and I wasn't. I just have like my BCAs that I'd be like sipping on and I'm okay with that. Or is it the best thing for you? No, it's not. But neither is gluten, apparently.
Toxic ingredients that are absolutely banned. BPA, no MSG, no BHA, no BHT, plus no soy, no sesame, and of course no nuts or eggs or milk or butter or salt or sugar or wheat.
I'm not gonna stop eating donuts, okay? It's all about balance. You guys, if you wanna have a glass of wine, have a glass of wine. Really like scotch and whiskey, yeah. How do you balance it all? Consuming unhealthy amounts of caffeine. How was growing up in Alaska? Super different. My backyard consisted of wild animals, moose, beavers, foxes, eagles, weasels, tons of crazy squirrels, and a river and massive trees, you know, abandoned cabins we'd find in the woods and tree houses for days. You're surrounded by Christmas trees all the time, like these huge pine trees, they're beautiful. You know, 24 hours of sun, 24 hours of darkness, so it's just a crazy place. Complete 180 from Texas, basically. Okay, here's a good one. What do you value in your relationship? I think something that I really value in Christian and I's relationship is that we don't take each other for granted. Talk about like how grateful we are for one another, how much we love each other. We'll do like little gifts here and there, and it doesn't have to be a big gift, it'll just be like a note. We're always trying to help build each other up and like impress each other. It's such a different dynamic, because usually in relationships, one person is giving, 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 and the other person's like taking, taking, taking. But when you put two people together that are very like giving, like we're always trying to not one up each other, but like we're always, let me help you, and like, let me help you with this, let me help you with that. And like we're both like that. And it's so nice. And we also always say like please and thank you, and we're like helping each other with things and like cultivating each other and helping each other grow and evolve. And it's so rare, and we know that. We went out with some of my friends, and my two girlfriends were talking about the worst dates they've ever been on, right? And my friend Christina has the funniest date stories ever. Like, how did, what? I never really like dated around. It's not a bad thing, it's like how you find someone, but she's telling us these stories, and me and Christian are just sitting there like, and he was like, wow, like we're so lucky to have like found each other. Because these dates sound terrible. Some people will start dating someone and they like do all these sweet things and gestures, and then after a while they just stop. They stop trying, and it's sad. Keep dating that person. Like even when you're married and you're old and you have kids together, like still date them, like still try, just try. Build them up and give them self-esteem boost and build their confidence, and it's like those little things that are so important in a relationship. Next question, because this is gonna be a long Q&A. What is your ethnicity? My family is actually a mixture of all kinds of stuff, like English, Irish, German, mostly German, but I showed one of my cousins who is half Navajo on my Instagram story one time, and everyone was like, wait, what? That's your cousin? Like, so my uncle is actually a Navajo chief, and he married my aunt, which is my dad's sister. So I have 5 cousins that are half Navajo. One of them married Tinsel Corey, who's an actress who played on Twilight, and she is, I don't know if she's Navajo. And my cousin Dougie, he actually does a lot for the reservations. Non-confident moments. For some reason, y'all seem to think that I'm like Miss Perfect or something. Look at these pointy ears. I know I'm from North Pole and all. I'm like a little elf. I also have a very large toe that has the freaking balance of a queen. But on the real, I am a confident woman, but obviously I am human. I have moments where I am really hard on myself, and I will put myself in check. I'll be like, shut up, Heidi, you're being annoying. I would say sometimes I'm hard on myself about my keratosis pilaris, which is on the back of my arms. You know, sometimes scrolling through comments, a man, or you look like a horse, or you look like Jeffree Star, or you have a big nose, or you have crappy skin, or you look at the back of your arms, or whatever people say. It's really easy to like scroll past those, right? A lot of times I won't even read the whole comment, I'll just read a little bit, I'm like, okay, just keep going, like, you're not even worth my time. But every once in a while, you know, maybe I'm on my period, or I'm just having a bad day, or I'm having like an emotional time, and I'll just like read the wrong comment, and then it's just kind of like, it's like a dagger in your heart, you know, and you're just like, why am I letting this bother me? You let it affect you more than you should. But yes, I'm human, and I have non-confident moments. What is one way your relationship helped you grow as a person? I love this question. Mostly because I think being in a relationship is great, but being in a relationship where you help each other grow is amazing. You're like cultivating each other and cultivating your relationship. And I love the word cultivate, guys, I'm sorry. But when I started dating Christian, he intellectually stimulated me so hot. He kind of challenged me and made me think outside the box. So attractive. It wasn't just like oh, you're good looking. That's hot. Next question, what other YouTubers do you watch? I watch a variety of people, because y'all know me, I got a lot of friends in the industry, all of that. But I will say right now, I am obsessed. Shane Dawson, I'm sure you guys are watching his series. If you're not, you definitely should. He's doing a series on Jake Paul right now. And the one he did on Jeffree Star will make you cry and laugh and cry and laugh. Love Shane Dawson. I think he's so funny, and he has such a big heart. So glad that someone like him is killing the YouTube game. I love that he shows YouTubers that have messed up in the past, or they made a mistake, or they're just kind of like, they seem cringy. I don't know. Like, he takes a YouTuber that like everyone hates, show the world that this person isn't rotten to the core. Go Shane Dawson. Is it hard having you and your partner in the public eye? Yes and no. I would say yes in the beginning, because like we were just like trying to date each other, and we're just like literally just trying to get to know each other. Like, our first date was in New York, and it was Halloween, almost 2 years ago. It would be almost 2 years since our first date. And I think like maybe 10 different times, I don't remember how many times, people stopped us like, oh my gosh, Christian, or oh my gosh, Buff Bunny, and then they're like, wait, but no, both of us. And they're like, wait, and we were just like, yeah. And it was also a transition for me because I hadn't dated someone in the public eye. You know, people stopping Christian to ask him for photos, I was like, oh, cool. But it was a good transition because it made me feel, it didn't make me feel guilty for, you know, stopping to talk to like a subscriber or take a photo or like, you know, talk for a little bit. It's hard to explain, but competing. When am I gonna compete? Am I gonna compete again? I would like to one day, but not in 2018, maybe in 2019, who knows, maybe 2020. Yes, competing is not healthy, blah, blah, blah. You know, I guess these people are just like, competing is not healthy. I'm like, yeah, it's not healthy and neither is drinking alcohol. But you know what? Balance. I mean, for me, it's just like, it's about having a goal and like reaching that goal and giving yourself a set amount of time, having that patience, having that determination, having that dedication, seeing all of the hard work pay off and wear that beautiful sparkly bikini and get the orange Oompa Loompa tan. Like, I don't know. I definitely want to do it again one day. So this is a deeper question about genuinely being happy with your life. Baby, you gotta leave that relationship. I know it's scary and sometimes guys will manipulate us into thinking, hey, like you're not gonna do better than me, like good luck trying to leave me, or they try to control you. They manipulate your mind into thinking that you can't do better, but you can. You deserve better. Cut it off. Leave the situation, stay with family, stay with friends, and just rebuild your life. And one day you're gonna look back and you're just gonna be like, wow, what a piece of... One day you'll look back and you'll be like, oh, why didn't I leave sooner? And you'll just have this moment of like peace and serenity. The scariest part is leaving. But when you do, it is a freeing moment and you will feel like a weight, a huge weight is lifted off your shoulders. What is your favorite scary movie? I don't do scary movies. You can't unpickle a pickle. What you put in your mind, you'll remember at 4 a.m. when you're home alone. I'm too scared to watch scary movies. How do you remain so positive? I am a happy person, but I do have my moments. I know that the world is screwed up. There's a lot of awful people out there, but I also know there's a lot of good, and there's a lot of good people, and there's a lot of compassion. I accept and know that my life will not be perfect, and that I have been through and will go through some shit at some point. When that happens, I might be upset, I might cry, but I will start figuring out a solution. I will start figuring out how to get back on that path. Not having a pity party for myself and not seeing myself as the victim, but seeing myself as the conqueror. Like, how can I conquer this and get through it? And I know that's kind of like a, oh, easier said than done. It is, because we all have moments, and I have been there too. Sometimes we spend so much time just sitting and sulking and complaining and being that victim when that whole time you could have been figuring out a solution or figuring out a way to do better, to be better. Okay, top tips for entrepreneurs, and my girl Gabby asked this, whatever's off the top of my head. First tip is to be open-minded. Second tip is to be adaptable. Third tip is to be stern with what you want. I think the most important word is being adaptable, and that means, you know, you get told no, or something doesn't work out, you don't give up. You find another way. You're able to adapt your business model. You're able to adapt yourself into figuring out another way. So if you get knocked down, someone tells you no, you mess up, get your ass back up. You gotta walk, crawl, go over, under, push through it. Don't let an obstacle get in the way of you reaching your goal. Okay, financial help when you started your business. No, I did everything with cash. So I never took out a loan. I never borrowed any money from anyone. I saved up money for years, and then that's when I invested into Buff Bunny Collection. That has actually shocked some people. I mean, I know some people do take out a loan or they borrow money, which is okay. That is okay. I'd rather you like execute than do nothing at all. I was always really good at saving money though. Like, in the beginning, I was just kind of saving money for my future, but I didn't know what my future was yet. And I'm a big believer in that, like always have a savings account, always put money away. Like, your life changes, your path changes, and you never know what life could throw you. Did have the opportunity when I started Buff Bunny Collection, massive company reach out to me and they're like, hey, sit back, relax, we'll invest all the money, you'll own 70% of the company, we have designers, we have this, we have that. Like, literally it was like a setup, like just everything you could want. Like, I felt like I was getting everything handed to me on a silver platter, which I kind of was. Dang, sick. A lot of people would have jumped at that chance, and it would have been a great opportunity. It would have done, you know, really well. I would have started off a lot bigger because of the money that they were gonna invest it versus like my savings account that I put into it. Screw it, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm just gonna tackle all the obstacles and make it work and mold it exactly the way I want. I took the harder road and it was worth it. Would you take less money for your dream job? 1,000,000 times yes. I actually kind of did that at one point in my life. I think I've told this story before, but I was actually going to school to be a doctor, blah, blah, blah. I was studying biology pre-med in college, and I was just about to start studying for the MCAT. I had worked really, really hard. I built up this amazing resume, and then I started getting into online coaching and social media and YouTube and this and that, and got sponsorships. I was doing it for a while. I was kind of like balancing everything. I was working, I was going to school full time. I was doing YouTube and Instagram and social media, and I had someone tell me on the phone, they were like, what do you mean you're not gonna go back to school? I was like, yeah, I mean, like I always do, like later on if I want. And they were like, but you work so hard, like you wanted to be a doctor, like you're never gonna make as much money as a doctor doing this. And I was like, and at the time I was like, I thought that as well, and I was like, I'm fine with that. Like it's not about money for me. Like when I wanted to be a doctor, it was because I wanted to genuinely help people. Like I truly believe chasing whatever you are passionate about and turning that into a business will create something so much more, because when someone genuinely loves what they do, you see it. So here we are, years later, chased something that I was passionate about and that I loved. Now I'm making more money than I would have if I went to school to be a doctor, and also without the $1 million worth of debt from school, because it's expensive. Okay, so I'm getting sidetracked. I'm trying to keep these questions short and simple, but obviously I'm extra, so I always give you some extra details. Yep, that is all the questions. Because there was no funny questions. Kind of upset with y'all, but I forgive you guys. I'm gonna do a jogger giveaway because they're the most amazing, joggers are the most amazing thing in the world. Honestly, I can't decide if I like joggers or leggings more. All you have to do is give the video a thumbs up, comment below your favorite part of this video, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Love you guys so much, and hopefully on the next video I won't be sick anymore. But if I am, love me anyway. Bye guys, see you in the next video.